Hello, friends, and welcome back to the channel for what is undoubtedly the most critical update we have ever covered. Stop everything you are doing. If you are driving, pull over. If you are working, take a moment. Because the geopolitical chessboard we have known for the last 4 decades has just been flipped over, smashed, and set on fire. Today, Sunday, March 1st, 2026, the world has been shaken to its absolute core. The unthinkable has happened. The red line has not just been crossed, it has been erased. Reports are flooding in from every major news agency and intelligence bureau. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has been killed in a massive coordinated joint airstrike by United States and Israeli forces. This is not a rumor. This is not a drill. This is the single most devastating decapitation strike against the Islamic Republic since its founding revolution in 1979. Iranian state media, usually slow to admit losses, has officially confirmed the news. They are broadcasting Quranic verses and black flags, the universal signal of mourning and revenge. The supreme leader was targeted in Tehran, deep within his fortified command complex, in a precision strike carried out late Saturday night. But this wasn't just one man. Intelligence reports indicate that several high-ranking military commanders and top-tier officials of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, were eliminated in the exact same fraction of a second. And friends, the reaction was instant. It was fast, and it was furious. As the sun rose this morning, the skies over the Middle East turned into a highway of fire. Iran has launched hundreds of ballistic missiles and suicide drones targeting Israel and U.S. military assets across the entire region. Air raid sirens are screaming right now in Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Jerusalem. But it's not just Israel. Explosions have been reported in Dubai, Doha, and Manama. We are seeing reports of impacts near multiple U.S. bases in the Persian Gulf. The IRGC has issued a chilling statement calling this the most intense offensive operation in our history and vowing that the initial barrage is merely the opening salvo of their retaliation. Friends, this is the moment military analysts and global leaders have feared for 40 years. We are standing on the precipice of a full-scale regional war that could easily spiral into a global conflict. President Donald Trump, who has long advocated for a maximum pressure campaign, warned repeatedly that if Iran did not come to the table, the consequences would be very traumatic. Just days ago, he hinted that regime change might be the only path forward for the Iranian people. And now, looking at the smoking ruins in Tehran, it appears the first irreversible step has been taken. But here is what you need to understand about the American response. The Pentagon didn't just wake up and decide to do this. They have been positioning pieces on the board for weeks. The USS Gerald R. Ford, the most advanced, most expensive, and most lethal supercarrier in human history, is already in position. This isn't just a ship, it is a floating city of destruction. We are talking about a $13.3 billion fortress that uses electromagnetic catapults, EMALs, to launch jets faster and with heavier weapons loads than any other carrier in existence. It can sustain a sortie rate of 160 to 270 flights per day. That means every few minutes, a fully loaded F-35 or FA-18 Super Hornet is taking off to deliver precision ordnance. Alongside the Ford, the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is active. Thousands of additional U.S. Marines, guided missile destroyers armed with Tomahawk cruise missiles, and advanced Patriot and THAAD missile defense systems have been quietly deployed over the last month. Reuters reported just days ago that the U.S. is ready for a sustained campaign. This isn't a one-and-done airstrike. This is a siege. But Iran is not backing down. In fact, they are doubling down. The supreme leader's death has triggered a mandatory 40-day period of national mourning. But the hardliners in the IRGC aren't mourning, they are mobilizing. They have declared America and Israel will be hit with double the force. Let's talk about that force. Why should we be worried? Iran possesses the largest and most diverse ballistic missile arsenal in the Middle East. We are talking about over 3,000 missiles. They have the Khaybar Shekan, a solid fuel missile with a range of 1,450 kilometers, capable of maneuvering in the final stage to dodge air defenses. They have the Imad and Ghadr missiles, which can rain down on Tel Aviv in under 12 minutes. And if they decide to target U.S. bases in Europe, they have the technology to do it. But the military threat is only half the story. The economic threat is what will hit you watching this video right in your bank account. Iran holds the keys to the Strait of Hormuz. Imagine a narrow strip of water only 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. Now imagine that 20% of the world's entire oil supply passes through that tiny bottleneck every single day. That's roughly 18 to 20 million barrels of oil daily. If the IRGC decides to mine the strait, sink a supertanker to block the lane, or use their shore-based anti-ship missiles to close it down, even for just a few days, the global economy enters cardiac arrest. We aren't talking about gas going up by 10 cents. Oil prices have already jumped more than 8% this morning on the news alone. Experts are screaming that if the strait is closed, we could see oil hit $150, maybe even $200 per barrel within 48 hours. What does that mean for you? It means petrol prices in your country could double or triple overnight. It means the cost of shipping food, electronics, and medicine skyrockets. It means inflation hitting double digits again. This is no longer just a Middle East problem. This is a crisis that will hit every home, every economy, and every family from New York to London to Tokyo. Right now, emergency war rooms are active in Washington, Tel Aviv, London, Paris, Moscow, and Beijing. Israel has already launched a second wave of strikes, specifically targeting Iranian missile launch sites. While the U.S. has not officially claimed the initial strike on Khamenei, the sophistication of the attack screams of American intelligence and stealth capabilities. The big question everyone is asking is, was this a deliberate, calculated plan to assassinate the supreme leader and force a regime change? Or did a tactical operation spiral out of control faster than anyone expected? And perhaps the most frightening question of all, what happens next? Iran has promised revenge with double energy. They aren't fighting alone. They have the axis of resistance. Hezbollah in Lebanon has over 150,000 rockets pointed at Israel. The Houthis in Yemen have proven they can shut down the Red Sea. Militias in Iraq and Syria are already mobilizing. If these proxies open new fronts simultaneously, Israel's Iron Dome and aero defense systems could be overwhelmed. And internally, inside Iran, a power vacuum has just opened up that is more dangerous than a black hole. With Khamenei gone, who rules? The Assembly of Experts, a group of 88 clerics, must choose a successor. The likely frontrunner is Khamenei's son, Mojtaba Khamenei, but he is controversial. Will the IRGC support him? Or will the military take full control, turning Iran into a full-blown military dictatorship with nuclear ambitions? Friends, this is not hype. This is not fear-mongering. This is the reality of March 2026. We are watching history unfold in real time. The death of Khamenei has removed the absolute authority that held the theocracy together. The hardliners are angry, they are grieving, and they are armed to the teeth. So I need to hear from you. I need you to go to the comments right now and tell me, do you think this decapitation strike signals the end of the Islamic Republic of Iran? Or do you believe Iran's retaliation will drag the United States into a long, bloody, and catastrophic World War III? Drop your thoughts below. I read every single comment because your perspective matters in these crazy times. Things are moving extremely fast. The situation on the ground changes every hour. If you want to stay updated minute by minute on this developing crisis, you need to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and crucially, turn on the bell notification. You do not want to miss the next update. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay alert, and keep your eyes on the news. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully with better news, but we will cover whatever comes next. Take care. Research sources.